But we are. I thought last night we had a spirited practice. It was good. Now we still got to take that and it's got to translate to playing well Saturday night. But I know our guys are excited for it, and health-wise, Shane's been able to go. Biz has been able to go. Corey's going. So I think we're no changes or nothing, no news to report there.
Is that the good practice thing? Can that be like you hear of a pitcher in the bullpen who's like there says, "Oh, I felt great," and then you get nothing, and then on the other hand, when is that always indicative of what you're going to get on a Saturday?
No, it pretty much means nothing, but it's a good way to. But it was fun.
But it's better than. Is it better than?
Yeah, it is. I like the way. I mean, it is. In all seriousness, it's not a telltale sign, but it's a good indicator that guys are having a good week, and it wasn't a perfect practice by any means, but it was a fun practice, and guys were flying around, and so. But no, you don't know. That's why you got to go out and play Saturday.
If Biz Nawadi can play, Johnson is back on the bench, or?
Yeah, we're going to play one of the two.
But all three of those guys you mentioned, they'll all be ready to play on Saturday.
Yeah, I do. I think and they all practiced last week some, but it was like Biz was able to play a little bit. I think he did 2 snaps, but really it was kind of in that type of a role, more of an emergency role where I think he's ready to play.
Do you feel like the experience last week will help Dorian and what his role is going forward?
Absolutely. There's nothing like game experience, and Dorian, he did some good things, and then he was challenged a couple times, and that's all right, and I think it absolutely. He doesn't have to go through that. Well, wonder what it's like to start. When all those things that go into it, and I think it just in having to prepare, all week, knowing you're going to start. There's some that helps, and I bet I would think that there's things that he can say. That was good in my preparation, and boy, having gone through it now, I wish I'd have done this different in my preparation, or absolutely helpful.
Render had a nice game, and he started actually.
Mm-hmm.
Did you expect him to see a lot of playing time?
Yeah, I think Daryl's been playing pretty good football, mm-hmm. And I think he's one that kind of, I'd say the last 5-6 weeks has been doing some really good things, and it's reflecting in his game snaps and what he's doing with those snaps. So yeah, I would think that Daryl he's gonna play.
I know you guys have put last year's game in the past,
Mm-hmm.
all that, but this is one of those where you don't have to worry about motivation, right?
No, well, I mean, no, you'd like to think that the game motivates everyone, and I don't, guys have been locked in there. You're also not going to take anything for granted, but it's not hard to get motivated to play a good team, and here's a team that played for the national championship last year. It's obviously a top program in the country, historically, and recently, our guys, know the opportunity, know the challenge with it. So, but you're not going to take anything for granted either.
One thing I don't think we asked you about after the game or on Monday was the fake punt.
Mm-hmm.
What happened on that play? How were they able to pull that off?
Well, they got we were weak in area. We had the primary kind of presser, making sure the kick was kicked was on the other side, and then guys that are responsible for coming off of it, didn't come off as fast, and they executed, and we did.
A little eye-opening for the guys on that unit that need to pay a little more attention, be a little more focused.
Yeah, I think all that stuff, and the first thing you look at is what can we do, coaching-wise, schematically, and then you make sure it translates to the players, and so hopefully, certainly have to be, you can take all those and say, you know what? If it doesn't get done, you know, that's on us, you know, and so, you know, we got, take that one and we gotta make sure that, you know, it doesn't happen again.
Paul, we talked a lot Monday about Aaron Donald and all the success he has. Got another award here. What are these kind of things? I mean, what does this mean for the program and for him as an individual and things like that?
You know, I think it certainly, you know, individual awards are, you know, you're happy for the individual, you know, to be recognized for, and that's what I've loved about this whole thing, you know, this year with Aaron. You know, I think they're truly earned on the playing field, you know, and they're well deserved. And I think, you know, for your team, you know, you're always been around, you know, fortunately been around, you know, a number of different award winners, and I know there's guys on you know, this team now and those teams in the past that also take pride in the fact that they've got someone like that. And I think program-wise, and there's a great, you know, history of it, but that you can, you know, you can achieve and be recognized for great play on the field, you know, here in Pittsburgh, you know, and that's been proven before, so people shouldn't be shocked by that. But I think that's what they mean, and I think the best thing about it is, I think is he's earning it, and it's pretty pure that way.
He was saying the other day something about like he's not double teamed all that much. I mean, is that true, or is he just being modest?
Yeah, I mean, it's, I mean, there's a lot of, you know, there aren't many times where, you know, you don't start with two on them, but eventually they gotta climb to the linebacker, or they gotta, you know, do something. So I think he has an ability to take a double team and put it into a one-on-one situation too. So I think it's probably a little bit of everything.
I know all games are created equal, but when you invite several dozen prospects to the game, does it heighten the importance a little bit?
No, I mean, it'd be just as important if there was no prospects. You know, you love having them here. You love, you know, I like anybody getting a feel for who we are and our program. But I don't necessarily look at it as this equals that, you know.
Getting that many has to.
It's good.
You're getting that
Yeah.
with the program. And you're,
Anytime you get, you know, guys on campus, you're really appreciative of that, and, you know, it gives us a chance for them to see, you know, I think the whole key to recruiting is, you know, truly finding a fit. And if they come, they get more information, and they get an accurate picture of, you know, what the university is, what our football program is, who the people are, then I think they make a good decision. And I think if guys know who we are and what we're trying to do, and what the university is and who the people are there, then they're going to have a great chance to succeed here when they pick Pitt.
Which, in the context of the kind of atmosphere that you're going to be expecting Saturday night, there's going to be Notre Dame fans there, there's going to be a lot of Pitt fans there. Can a win in a situation like this really help you establish Heinz Field as our place, as a tough place to play?
I mean, I think that it's that's a cumulative effect. You know, you've got to earn that only through doing it repeatedly, and until then, it's not. Would it help? Absolutely. Any win at Heinz Field would help that. But you know, I think that's something that you got to earn, and it's to truly make it. I think what we're talking about, that even occurs over the course of years, you know. But you need to certainly do that. You know, you got to win at home if you're going to make home field you know, an advantage.
How important would that be to the program over the long haul?
I think it's always important, you know, if you can, you know, if you, any program, you know, the top programs, if you're tough to play, you know, if you can have a true home field advantage, I think it's just that, it's an advantage, right? But, you know, that's something that you don't spend, I don't spend a lot of time thinking about. We got to go earn that, and and it's only with time, and so it's, well,
Any final for Coach?
it's a good one to end on.
Do you have any thoughts on the Oklahoma State series announced yesterday?
I've been so locked in on Notre Dame.
I knew you'd have some deep thoughts on that one.
Yeah, deep thought, that's a Saturday night skit, right? Deep thoughts.